What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds, where today we are going to attempt to get the air conditioning working in the GMC Sierra 1500. Now, I'm totally shocked that when I purchased the Porsche 911, that the video views on that pale in comparison to the $400 GMC C1500 Sierra. That blows my mind. I really thought that once I put the Porsche on the channel, the Porsche would blow up, and it didn't. So I'm totally shocked that a $400 car just totally blew the Porsche out of the water. But either way, I got another video coming on this. I actually found the owner that owned the car for the last 10 years, and this car has one heck of a story, and it's got one heck of a problem. Not the alternator, although that is a problem. There's a reason we got it cheap. We're going to come back and talk about that in another video, so stay tuned for why this was at Copart. I was able to talk to the previous owner on the phone. He was able to explain a lot to me, and I'm going to share that with you in a future video. But for now, what we're doing, I made an assumption on this truck, and that's something you just shouldn't do with vehicles. You should never assume. Always verify. Don't just make assumptions. I saw the belt missing on the AC compressor. As you can see right here, the belt is gone, and I assumed that the compressor was frozen. And when I put my hand on it and gave it a light turn, it didn't spin. See, on newer cars, the clutch spins relatively easily. Well, this is an older vehicle. And I went to AutoZone.com and I ordered a whole air conditioning kit for it. I ordered a new compressor, a new accumulator, a new orifice tube. Like, I just went through and ordered everything. All new belts and everything to go with it because the belts are dry rotted. And I came out today and I was like, man, it's hot. And as you can see, I've got no cars here today. The Z car is off getting an alignment, and it's getting TPMS sensors programmed, and it's getting a catback exhaust system. The Camaro, Jessica has at work. The Corvette is just sitting in the street. We're probably gonna have to sell it because that's all it does is just sit in the street. This thing is sitting here with its own set of issues. So I have been driving the truck, and I was out here going, man, it's just so hot without air conditioning. And just for the heck of it, I don't know why, but I grabbed it and I attempted to spin it, and lo and behold, it spins. It does. You have to really, now it's clunking, it's scraping as I spin it because I'm at the pulley spinning and I'm hitting the clutch, but the pulley and the clutch spin freely with no problem. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. It just needed a belt. And I came over here and I pulled off the low pressure cap, and I was like, we're gonna try this out. And I pushed it in, and there's ever so slightly, just a slight bit of R12 still in it. I mean, not enough to even, look, I can push it and it barely makes a hiss. There's hardly anything left. So yeah, what we're going to focus on today is going to be seeing if we can get the factory air conditioning working by simply, we're going to replace all the belts. We're going to disconnect the air pump. There is absolutely no reason to have the air pump, and that's because coming shortly was about $800 worth of parts from Jegs. I've got a, I think it's a Edelbrock 2111 intake manifold. Basically, all of this extra crap up here, all of these hoses and just all this stuff, we're going to dump it. It's all going. And we're going to be putting on an Edelbrock 500 CFM carburetor, just a basic plain Jane electric choke, simple carburetor, a simple intake manifold. It's going to increase horsepower, it's going to increase torque. We are going to be replacing the radiator soon. It actually sprung a tiny leak today, and we got a new radiator coming. Probably replace the hoses, we're going to replace the belts. So what we're doing today is we're just going to try to get the AC going. We've got to do a tune-up. There's so much more to do this, so much more coming, but for today, let's focus on the AC. I'm going to take off, loosen up all of these different, well, we've got the power steering pump, we've got the air compressor, we've got the alternator, and I'm probably just going to cut the air pump belt. There's just, like I said, we're not going to use that. Unnecessary drain on the motor. And eventually it will go bad and seize up, and it's going to burn up a belt. It's going to cause problems. And then we'll probably cut the air pipe, take all these air pipes off. We'll fold that over on itself and just be done with it. So let's get started and find out. We'll pull a vacuum on it, make sure it can hold a vacuum, which maybe it can and maybe it can't. But let's find out if it can hold a vacuum. and let's get these belts changed. And if it holds a vacuum, we'll put some Freon in it, and let's see if we can get the factory AC in this truck working with some fresh Freon. So we are pulling a vacuum, and the first good sign is that it's actually holding a vacuum while it's sucking out all the moisture in the system here. You want this, I don't think you'll ever be able to get perfectly to 30. I don't know how well you can see that there, but it's pretty dang close. I'd say it's around 27, 28 inches on both sides. So that's actually a really good vacuum. You could see the moisture. Hopefully you could see. Can you see it? Can you see the smoky stuff, the substance coming out of here? Yeah, I don't know if you can see that or not. Maybe we can come over from this side and you can see it a little better. Right there. It's difficult to see, but we got it pulling a vacuum. Then once it runs a vacuum, I'll probably leave this running for 30 minutes to an hour. We'll let it sit for another 30 minutes to an hour to see if it maintains a vacuum. And so long as it does, it's time to go ahead and put some Freon in it. We shouldn't have any leaks, and as long as the compressor is functioning, we just saved ourselves, I think it was $300 for the new compressor, accumulator, orifice tube. That's a good deal. That's a great deal. So we'll let this run a little while longer. We'll get those belts on, and then we'll see if we can put some Freon in it. So it's been sitting for a while, and as you can see, she's still holding an excellent vacuum on both sides here. So it looks like this old, antiquated system may still work. The only way we'll know for sure is to put the Freon in it. It's going to hold quite a bit. I know that, so we'll have to find the label. And the way I do it, it's not the proper way, but if you look over here on the label, it's going to say charge R12 3.25 pounds. For 3 pounds, we need 48 ounces. These are 12-ounce cans, so 12, 24, 36, 48. It's hot. It's hot. And then we'll need just a hair more to make an extra 1/4 pound. Would be 4 ounces. So it's about 1/3 of this bottle. So we're going to need all of that for this system. To give you an idea, today's cars use less than half of this. It's insane. So I'm going to get all this stuff disconnected. We're going to get some Freon ready to put in it. And let's see what happens. I'm excited to see if we actually could get some working factory air conditioning out of this old truck. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have air conditioning with all of the factory components. We've got new belts. We've got Freon. We didn't do anything other than a quick retrofit. It is so dang hot and humid in Oklahoma. My God, this is risk. I've lived here my whole life, and this is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's almost impossible to work outside here. It's just, it's crazy. Anyway, new belts, new Freon retrofit kit. Everything is working properly. As you can see, she's all back together. She's running. Like I said, stay tuned because we're going to be doing that intake manifold and carburetor upgrade. She needs a new carburetor anyway. This one's working pretty good, but it's not the best. I cleaned, degreased the steering wheel. You couldn't drive this thing without getting grime all over your hands. It was disgusting. So we degreased the steering wheel. There's what she looks like now. Now, click on that air. Oh, yes, come on. Come on, baby, give it to me. Oh, there it is. Nice and cold. But we still got to do the fuel sending unit too. The fuel gauge is still... Let's see if I can block the sunlight for you guys. You see it's pegged out over there. Pretty sure it's going to need a new sending unit, but man, that AC is nice. That AC is real nice. Now this isn't ice cold like a brand new car, but it's cold enough. We get those windows tinted hopefully tomorrow, and that should keep this truck nice and cool. You can see the compressor here. Look at the deflection in that belt. You see that sucker flopping around? That is a crazy amount of deflection right there. Good Lord. I've tightened that compressor as tight as I can get it, man. I can't go any tighter on it without risking damaging it. or the bearings in the water pump or something. Like, I have really torqued that sucker down. Look at this. Like, the deflection by hand she's tight. I'm not going to tighten it down anymore. I'm going to call this one a wrap for the day. Bingo. Another project done on the 85 85 GMC 1500 Sierra. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. This truck, so far, I almost want to knock on wood or something somewhere. So far, this truck it's cost almost nothing to repair. A lot of the stuff has just been cheap and easy, like the retrofit for the air conditioning. You know, I went and spent all the money on a whole new air conditioning system, and all it needed was some Freon and a retrofit and a belt. You know, super simple, super cheap. The most expensive thing I put on this truck so far, the tires, they were like $450. $720 out the door for the truck, $450 for tires. We spent about $50 on the retrofit kit and Freon, maybe another $30 on belts, and let's not forget the carburetor. The carburetor and the intake manifold, those are about $750, so that's quite a bit of money right now, but this truck desperately needs it. It's running great, but we got to get rid of all of that emissions crap attached to the engine. That stuff is just an accident waiting to happen. It's parts waiting to fail. I like it to be a lot cleaner, a lot simpler. Plus, we gain some horsepower, we gain some torque doing it that way. So yeah, $750, that's kind of a big expense for that. We got to get a tailpipe put on it because the tailpipe is rusted on this one, and the window's tinted. But I mean, honestly, this thing has just been so simple and so eager to run since we got it. Like, since the day we brought it home, she has just been begging to run and be put back on the road. I've been driving it daily, and it's doing really well. And so far, like I said, no leaks. Oh, radiator, $165 for the radiator, because this radiator has an oil cooler and a transmission cooler in it, so that upped the price on this one a little bit. So I guess we're going to get out of here. I got to go pick up the Z car from Firestone. The alignment is done, and then tomorrow morning it goes in for that new 4-inch cat back exhaust. That thing should sound amazing, and I think we're going to put it up for sale. I haven't totally decided on the price yet. I think I'm going to start by listing it at $6,500, and we'll just go down from there. And as long as we can pull somewhere around $5 grand out of it, I think I'm going to be happy, because that'll give me some money to start working on that Porsche. So many get on me because I call it a Porsche. Sorry, I don't like the at the end of it. Porsche? Porsche? Huh? Nah, Porsche. But Porsche, for those of you that are just nitpicky about it. Comment below, tell me what you think of the 85 GMC pickup truck. Man, she is just determined to run. I'm so thankful to have this truck, and I look forward to doing a lot more work on it with you guys. Stay tuned, because we're going to do a few little tasteful mods. And I think I'm going to leave it original. A lot of you said drop a V8, but then a lot of you said leave it original because it's only original once, and I kind of agree with you on leaving it original. I want to get the dash pad replaced, and as far as the V6, I think we're going to leave it, because there's nothing wrong with this V6. We're going to leave it a V6. I just want to delete some of that emissions crap off of it to help boost the torque, boost the horsepower a little bit, and just simplify everything under the hood. But aside from that, I think I do want to leave it original. I really love the truck the way it is, and I appreciate all of you for commenting and leaving your thoughts. Give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed the content. If not, give it a thumbs down. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Auto Auction Rebuild, so you can see some of this stuff happening a week or two before you see it on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel if you're not currently subscribed. I certainly appreciate it. And you know what? The best thing you can do to help me out, share the video. That's as simple as that. Just share it on your share it on your page. It's really hot, and I'm just blah. Share it on your page, share it with your friends. That's like the best thing you can do next to actually watching my videos is sharing them with people. Really helps me out a lot. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Stay safe out there, everybody. We will catch you all very soon. We got a lot of stuff going on here, so stay tuned. We'll catch you very soon in the next one. I'm really leaving this time. I'm going. I'm leaving. We're done. Bye.